everyone, this is me, Morgan Bria Birch, reporting for Kids First, age 12, and right now we are here at the Palais Center in the amazing Beverly Hills. Right now we are going to have a magnificent time because we are going to see some fantastic shows and previews of shows such as The Mayor, The Good Doctor, and as well as Valor and Dynasty. So come on and let's see some fantastic people, see what they have to say, talk to them, and also get to see some sneak previews of what shows we're going to be watching this fall. So come on, let's go.
So my brother is a veteran. He was an Army Ranger, and I always wanted to write something about his experience. You know, I've not served, but you know, am very close with him and heard a lot of his stories. And the CW was really interested in getting involved in this area, doing something in the military drama arena. And so I kind of talked to my brother and I said, you know, what is a story that you haven't seen about the military that you'd like to see on TV? And he threw a bunch of areas at me, things that he wanted to see. And he said to me, you know, I read recently that Special Ops has just started taking women in combat positions. And the first position that's been open to women, this combat position, is a helicopter pilot. And that seemed really fascinating to me. So I started doing research on that, and Nora Madani kind of came out of that, and the story grew from there. And then Anna, how did you get involved?
I was looking for a project to get involved with, and Kyle and I sort of met on a weird blind date. There was a supervisor there. It wasn't inappropriate, but you know,
we need to know what happens.
Nothing untoward happened, but I was really drawn to Kyle's work because it was obviously very character-based and very feminist, and it seemed like an exciting project to get involved with, and we seemed to gel, and it went on from there.
Spoke to a number of both female veterans and female pilots who were gracious enough to give us their time, both when I was writing the pilot and then when we were shooting the pilot. A bunch of them spoke to Christina as well. And actually, we've got two female veterans on our writing staff. They're both here tonight, Shamar and April. And Shamar, before we even had a series, when all I was doing was writing a pilot, I was connected to her through a friend. She's a veteran, and she spoke to me about her experience. And then when we were shooting the pilot, spoke to Christina about her experience. And then when we found out that we were going to get to make the series, I found out she was an amazing writer. So we hired her to write on the staff. So a lot of great people, Shamar and others, who spoke to us about their experiences. And we also have a military advisor who is a helicopter pilot himself, and he's a veteran. He's male, but he's a veteran of the 160th Aviation Regiment, which is sort of what we fictionalize in this series. So he's on set with you guys every day. When they're flying the helicopter, he's saying, pull that, touch that.
Told us to cut that.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, it's a lot more of don't do this and stop doing that. You're doing it wrong.
The salute.
The salute.
Yeah, it
That's
took us a long time to like perfect the salute.
Boot camp was easy, the salute was hard.
Yeah.
What's so hard about the salute?
There's a lot of technicalities and precision that has to happen.
It's got to be very crisp.
But very intuitive, because they do it, you know, kind of like our writers were telling us,
One
100
fluid
times
motion,
a day.
like, you got to pop it hard, and pop it down.
I think that
And our director for the pilot, who's here tonight as well, Michael Robin. Michael was incredibly insistent that when we were blocking the scenes, that Dan Laguna, who's the military advisor, would be there and really make sure that every step he got an eye on before we put it on camera. Just really making sure, and we've continued that into this series as well. And these guys are amazing. But every once in a while they'll slip up and Dan will come and slap them into shape. So, but Michael was fantastic. A lot of directors would be like, nope, I got to get the shot. But he would wait until it was perfect and military appropriate before he would put it on camera. So we're really grateful for that.
Perfect. So Christina, let's start with you. How did you get cast?
It was, I think, close to, you know, shooting date. I think it was a Friday when I got the actual part. And they called me and they told me, okay, so you got Nora. Can you make your way to Van Nuys Airport for your first helicopter piloting lesson in 20 minutes? So I did, and I met Matt there, who was already there with Kevin De La Rosa, who is another one of our advisors, and he was teaching us how to pilot. We thought we would get to actually take it up in the air. We're like, oh yeah, like, it'll be great. Yeah, we were very excited about it.
We were like for sure that like, okay, so Kevin, like, how about I take it off, I'm gonna do this and then we'll switch and then she'll land and then, but like, just let us know when we should switch off, Like, it's like, this is a $10 million, highly sophisticated aircraft. You're not flying this.
And Matt, how did you get cast?
I kind of had this joke with my agents for a long time, like, hey, when are they making Top Gun 2? Which is funny because I think they're making that. Agents. So like, I remember I read Valor and I was kind of like, on the surface, like, wow, it's Top Gun 2. But when I read it, I remember thinking the Nora and Gallo characters, I so clearly saw why gravity would bring them together. And, their love story, whether it's romantic-based or like camaraderie-based, set in this sort of high-stakes environment that was really exciting, and I think that's what movies and TV are about, and so I loved it.
And what was it about the two of them that made you cast them?
Man, this was a really hard show to cast, to be honest, because, we needed to find folks who were believable as military people and had that toughness, but let's face it, it's TV. You also need, like, hot people. But honestly,
and we tried to get hot people.
And we failed on that. But we're actors. You need beauty, you need charisma, and you also need a believable toughness. And that is a really hard combination to find. It really is. And when both of them came in the door, we knew that they had all of those elements. And honestly, in both cases, it was kind of like, yep, that's it.
The chemistry and the
And then how did you build out the rest of the cast? Obviously, it's a pretty diverse cast. Was that something that was important to you to do?
Yeah, we wanted to be authentic, and the U.S. Army is incredibly diverse. It's actually more diverse than the general American population. I think actually I read somewhere that it is the most diverse employer in the world is the United States military. So felt like we needed to reflect that reality of what America is. So yeah, diversity was a big goal. But in all of those roles, we wanted to find people who had all those elements, that charisma, obviously acting chops, as well as a military believability.
What sets your show apart?
I think one obvious thing is that it's centered on a female soldier, which frankly there's tons of female soldiers, but the media depictions are very few. There's G.I. Jane, Private Benjamin. Those are like the only ones I can think of, and they're both a while ago. It feels like a story that's really important, is true, and needs to be told, and we're definitely honored to be the one of those three shows that really has a female soldier front and center. So I think that's a big thing that is important to us. And they're pilots too, which is, again, there's that Top Gun aspect, which I think is a little unique as well in the marketplace.
I think it's also very character-based. It's not only, like, the bigger mission is also obviously very cool, the special ops aspect is very cool, but it's really about how the mission and how achieving the mission is affecting our characters and what's going on in their personal lives and their relationships. We very much are tracking that the whole way and trying to weave it in to the whole story.
Valor, The Mayor, Good Doctor, In the Valley, and Dynasty were absolutely fantastic shows. I hope you guys enjoyed the panels, and I hope you guys will be able to check these out. This is me, Morgan Brian Birch, signing out on Kids First, where we tell your kids that they should be watching by real kids, not adults.
Are we good?
All squared away.
Valor, series premiere Monday, October 9th on the CW.